Hello, I'm doing a book review, and the book I want to review is Croc by David Hagberg, published under his pseudonym David James, which was actually one of many pseudonyms that David Hagberg had. Now, David Hagberg was primarily known for his techno-thrillers and spy novels, but he also wrote a lot of movie novelizations. Like, he would actually go on to write the novelization for Terminator 3: Rise of the Machines, and he also wrote several Flash Gordon novels as well. Now, Croc was published in 1976 during the height of what I guess you could call the killer animal and nature run-amok craze of the 1970s, which was popularized by Jaws, both the Peter Benchley novel and the Steven Spielberg film, and to a lesser extent, at least in the field of literature, books like The Rats by James Herbert and Night of the Crabs by Guy N. Smith. So, the plot of Croc is it begins where these two sewer workers are down in the sewers of Manhattan investigating these collapsed tunnels when one of them is attacked and eaten by a 30-foot-long crocodile. The other one escapes, an older gentleman named Peter Boggs, and at first he doesn't tell anybody about this because he knows nobody's gonna believe him, especially because he has a reputation for being a drunk. But ultimately he tells the wife of the man who is killed by the crocodile, and she ends up sending him back down there with a gun to kill this thing, but he ends up getting trapped down there and is now being hunted by this giant crocodile. But this woman ends up reporting this to the police, who don't believe her at first, but in the novel you follow this cop named Stapleton, who is kind of a fuck-up at his job, and he's assigned to work with this journalist for the New York Post named Reimers, and Reimers is the only one who's taken this woman seriously in the beginning. And after some investigating, Stapleton and Reimers realize, holy shit, there actually is a giant crocodile living in the sewers of Manhattan, and this old man who's trapped down there, if he's not dead yet, probably will be very soon. So now it becomes a race against time to save this guy and destroy the crocodile, and that's the basic plotline of Croc. Now, Croc was an entertaining read, but I actually wish there was a little more to it. Now, the book is very short, and it's a very quick read, but it's actually a little too quick, in my opinion. Like, it gets in, it does its thing, and it gets the fuck out, but by the end of the story, the resolution is almost a little too quick and too easy, and it just kinda ends. And I would have liked to have seen the crocodile cause a little more mayhem and chaos than it actually does in the novel. But as it stands, Croc is an entertaining novel, and I really do have an affinity for these killer animal novels from the 70s. A lot of them really do feel like B-movies in book form. But what this book actually does have going for it is the characters are actually fairly likable. Like, they're certainly not the deepest or most complex characters in the world, but they're likable, and that's what a book like this needs, in my opinion. Now, an interesting running theme that you had going on in the story is the three main protagonists, who are arguably Stapleton, Reimers, and Boggs. All three of them were basically fuck-ups at life. Like, ostensibly, the hero of the novel is the character of Glenn Stapleton, who is a fuck-up cop. Like, he's late for work in the novel because the night before, him and his stripper girlfriend were having a sex party. And he's hated by the captain at the precinct he works at, and the only reason he hasn't lost his job is because his girlfriend is also the daughter of, like, the chief of police, or the police commissioner or something. And then you had the character of Reimers, the journalist, who is also kind of a fuck-up at his job, and then you had the character of Peter Boggs, who I honestly felt the most sorry for. Like, he's this old man who's almost in his 60s, but he's been working this sewer job his whole life, but he's hated by his employers, and he has a reputation for being a drunk, which isn't an entirely undeserved reputation, but it's implied that he really went off the deep end with his alcoholism because of a traumatic event that happened to him several years earlier where he almost drowned, so you really do feel bad for this guy. And it also seems that he kind of just let life pass him by without pursuing a relationship with anybody, and it seems like the young man who was killed in the beginning of the novel was really his only friend. So he's kind of a tragic character, which makes it all the more devastating when he's being pursued by this crocodile with seemingly no way out. But yeah, Croc is a fun read, but don't be expecting too much out of it. Again, the best thing this has going for it is it does have likable characters that you do find yourself caring about. But yeah, that was my review on Croc by David Hagberg, published under the pseudonym David James, and bye.